What's up guys, Cryptic here, and for today's video, I'm gonna be telling you guys another little funny story video. For this one, I'm gonna be telling you guys a fucking just ridiculous story of just stone paranoidness. I don't know if that's a fucking word, but we're gonna make it a fucking word right now. I'm declaring that shit a word, son. Anyway, but this is just gonna be a ridiculous story of beginner stoners getting unbelievably paranoid for no fucking reason. So let's go and tell this little funny short story. So shit, this probably takes place probably almost 6 years ago, 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 years ago. I had to do some quick maths. So this takes place 7 years ago, and 7 years ago in 2018 is when I first started smoking the devil's lettuce. The Jolly Green Giant's cock, the Jolly Green Giant's pubes. That's when I first started smoking them bitches. So I remember it was just me and one other friend who used to smoke. The other people in my friend group, they weren't mad at me for smoking, but they were just like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna smoke, thank you though. And they would watch us smoke, and they would even say, man, it's kind of cool to watch you smoke. You look cool. I was like, I'm sitting here smoking out of an aluminum can and out of a tinfoil pipe. I'm like, yeah, I look cool. Look like a fucking crackhead. But anyway, I had a couple of friends over, and we're hanging out in my room, and we're playing the game and doing whatever, and night comes around, and I want to smoke a bowl. I had smoked a bowl earlier, but that was a couple hours earlier, and I was losing my high. I needed to get it back, like I need my baby back ribs. So we made a plan. It was just me and one other friend who was going to smoke, but my other friends were going to come walk around the block while we packed this little aluminum foil pipe or whatever the fuck we had, aluminum can pipe, whatever fucking stupid ass shit we were smoking out of. And we made a plan. We're gonna go walk around the block and smoke a bowl, maybe a couple bowls if we're lucky. We'll see. So the craziest part about this, I did this shit while my parents were still home, because at this point my parents didn't know that I smoked. So my fucking bold ass decides, let's go walk around the block, smoke weed with my friends with me, and come back with no cologne, don't change clothes, nothing. Genius, right? Spoiler, I didn't get caught, but so we go around the block, or actually first we pack this bowl first in this fucking aluminum foil pipe, right? We actually pack it outside, because if you pack a fucking bowl in your house, at least if you got good weed, it's gonna reek up the whole fucking room, the whole fucking house. So we go outside, we walk around the block a little, and have somebody use their flashlight on their phone to help us pack a motherfucking bowl, son. Pack that shit up. Pack it up, pack it up, pack it up. So we pack up this little aluminum foil pipe, and we start walking around. I take the nice first hits of the greens of the bowl, just rip that shit, hand it to my homie, he does the same, and then we start walking a little bit, smoke, chill for a second, walk, and we're just kind of walking around the block, right? We smoke this bowl, and I think we start packing one more, right? And at this point, I had only been smoking for maybe a month, couple months, so my tolerance is very low, and it didn't take much to get me fucking fried. So we smoked a little bit of this bowl, and we started walking around, and we started getting high. We were high, right? And we see this car right down the road, right? It drives by a little slow, but just, you know what I mean, could be any car, you know what I mean? They drive by, we're like, okay, whatever. So we're sitting there smoking, then it drives by again, and it's going slower. And we're like, okay, dude, we're not too sketched out yet. And honestly, it was my neighborhood, so I wasn't sketched out, but the way they were talking, I was so high, it sketched me out. Because at first, like, man, it's probably just someone looking for a house or something. Then they started talking, like, bro, if he comes back again, we need to run. And so he's getting me sketched out because I'm high. I'm like, fuck, maybe we do need to run. So he goes around the block where we can't see him, and we're like, okay, please don't come back. And we're sitting there talking to each other. My one homie's like, listen, if we see him again, fucking run. So we're sitting there smoking a bowl. They're a little paranoid, but I started to calm down. I was like, man, it's probably just someone looking for a house. Like 30 seconds later, we see him pulling around the other side of the block. And honestly, I had started to calm myself down. I wasn't going to run. I was like, it's probably just somebody looking for a house, looking for a friend. But as soon as my homie was like, fucking run! And everybody started running. I just started running. I started running with them. Like, even in my head, I was still a little like, man, this probably, but I didn't want to take the chance. I was high. I don't know. It could have been fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or Dexter Morgan in there. I don't fucking know. I hope it was Dexter Morgan and not Jeffrey Dahmer, actually, because, I'd rather be that. But still, I was paranoid. I didn't know who the fuck it'd be, especially because they fucking sketched me the fuck out. So I started running with them, and they're fucking running, and, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. While we're running, I tried hitting the bowl out of the tinfoil pipe, but I couldn't get the lighter lit because as I was running, the fucking wind from me running kept blowing the fucking flame out of the lighter. That's only me, dude. It could be only me in a situation that I'm thinking could be life or death. I hit the bowl. because I gotta get high before I die. You feel me? So we start running, and I forget my parents are home, and like I think my mom was sleeping, but my dad was up, and I was like, fuck it. We ran towards the back gate, because to get in my backyard, there's a back gate in my front yard. We ran towards that, right? And I'm all trying to hurry. I got the key in my pocket to unlock the back gate, right? I'm trying to grab it. And we see the car coming around our block, and my friend's like, hurry up, open it, and I fucking dropped the key. I dropped my key, and it slid under the gate. And I remember everybody looking like it was literally a horror movie, and we were about to get fucking just our jugulars slit. Everybody looked at me like, no, this is it, no. So one of my homies literally hops the fence real fucking fast, hops over the fence, grabs the key, hops back over, and hands it to me, right? And by this time, the car had drove by really, really slow. Like, it was weird. He was driving a little slow, but he could have just been looking for some. Honestly, he was probably just looking for one of his homies' houses. But he drove by really slow, almost stopped for a second, but didn't quite stop. Like went down to like 2-3 miles an hour, sort of stopped, and then took back off. And during that time was when my homie was hopping the fence, so by the time he came back over, the car was already like driving off. I opened up the gate anyway, and we went in my backyard, and we finished the bowl. Okay, we had to. I'm not letting that weed. I don't care if we're gonna die. We are smoking that weed. But I ended up talking to him, and I was like, man, bro, that was sketchy as fuck, bro. I was like, that was probably just somebody looking for a house or something, bro. I was like, and we probably totally sketched them out by running. He's like, bro, he was following us. Everybody was like agreeing with him. He was following us. So, dude, I think the weed paranoia infected my homies who weren't smoking weed. It's like that should be viral, bro. I smoke the weed. I don't smoke the weed that gets me high. I smoke the weed that gets me scared, bro. I don't smoke to get high. I smoke to get scared and run from cars. But anyway, yeah, that was a little funny short story. I thought it'd be funny to tell you guys. I was kicking back smoking a blunt the other day, trying to think of funny stories to tell you guys, and I remember this one. I was like, fuck, I gotta tell them that funny ass shit. But yeah, that was that little funny story. If you guys liked it, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what type of other videos you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.